Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're taking a bit of a closer look at three English words that, well, they cause a lot of questions. Yeah, can, could, and able to. Our mission is really just to clarify when you use each one. So you can speak and write with a bit more precision and maybe understand those little social cues better.
Absolutely. It's interesting because they seem so similar, don't they, on the surface?
Mm-hmm.
But they actually have pretty distinct functions. And understanding them, it really unlocks a new level of fluency. Makes you sound much more natural, frankly. So yeah, let's get into it.
All right, let's kick off with the present tense then. That's usually where people start. What's useful here is that can and able to, in the present, you can often just swap them. Like if you ask, can you take on this project, or are you able to take on this project? And the meaning is basically the same, right? Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. And it's pretty much the same for the negatives, too. You could say, I can't take on this project, or I'm not able to take on this project, or even I'm unable to take on this project. They all communicate the same core idea. But, and this is a useful tip for, everyday talk, can and can't are generally more informal. They're just more common. While able to or unable to, they tend to sound a bit more formal. Slightly.
Okay, so even though they often mean the same thing, there's that little shade of formality. Good to keep in mind. Now, things get a little more complex when we move to the past tense. That seems to trip people up more often. How do could and was able to stack up there?
Right, this is where it gets a bit more nuanced. In the negative past, it's pretty straightforward. Couldn't and wasn't able to are both fine. I couldn't finish my homework, or I wasn't able to finish my homework. Both work perfectly. But here's the interesting part. The positive past. Now, you can use could for a general past ability. Like when I was younger, I could swim across the lake. General skill. But when you're talking about a specific time you managed to do something you actually accomplished, was able to, is usually better. It's often preferred.
So it's more about the story you're telling. Like if I say, I was able to get the tickets, that emphasizes I succeeded, maybe against some difficulty.
Precisely. Exactly. Was able to highlights that achievement, that specific success. If you just said, I could get the tickets, it might sound more like, well, you had the general capacity, but maybe you didn't actually do it, or maybe it wasn't a big deal. And here's where it gets really, really clear-cut. The future. For the future, there's really only one way to go. We only use will be able to or won't be able to. It's like will can. That's just, well, it's not standard English. It's a big no-no. You just avoid it.
Yeah.
So you'd say, I'll be able to join the meeting tomorrow. Or maybe, sorry, I won't be able to make it to the party. Simple as that.
Got it. So will can is out. Easy enough to remember.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've talked about ability, but what you can do, could do, will be able to do. But these words do more work, right? They're also really important for politeness, social interaction. So what happens when you need to ask someone for something? Or maybe ask about their skills?
Yeah, that's a great point. Politeness is key. For requests, could and can both work, technically. But could definitely sounds more polite, more formal, maybe a bit more deferential. Think about asking, can you pass the salt? Versus, could you pass the salt, please? The second one just feels a bit softer, right? More appropriate maybe if you don't know the person well.
Right, that makes sense. Right. And what if you're just asking about a general skill someone has, like, do you speak French type of thing?
Good question. You can use either really, can you read Japanese? Or are you able to read Japanese? Both are perfectly correct. They mean the same thing in that context. Honestly, though, can is probably just more common in everyday spoken English. Why? Well, it's shorter. Just quicker, more efficient for conversation, when that slight formality difference isn't the main point.
Okay, so we've kind of navigated through the main uses of can, could, and able to. I think the key thing to remember is, while can and able to often overlap in the present, the past and future tenses have more specific rules, and there are those subtle shades of meaning and formality to watch out for.
Exactly. Think about the context. Is it formal? Informal? Are you talking about a general ability or a specific achievement in the past? Using was able to for those past successes really adds that sense of accomplishment. And using could for requests shows politeness. It's not just about grammar rules. It's about conveying your meaning precisely and appropriately.
So for a little bit of homework, maybe try using one of these forms today. You could tell someone about something you're able to do recently, maybe something you're proud of, and listen out for how others use them. What little differences do you notice? Keep exploring, keep listening. If you found this useful, please do subscribe, click that like button, and ring the notification bell. It really helps us keep creating content like this for you.